What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Isis. His name is Joe. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Oranos. His name is Suppe. This is game number 5 of this best of 5. This game point, match point. The winner of this goes on. The loser has self-pity for the rest of their days because they couldn't get past the first round of the competitive Mega Random single elimination bracket. Lots of players have fallen thus far. This is the final game of the round of 16 before we move on to the round of 8. Things getting very, very heated. Relic being found already. We got the staff of Dionysus here, extra 20 villager carry capacity on the food. A very, very strong relic for the Egyptian or Greek or Norse civilizations, but doesn't have too much of a usage there for the Oranos due to the fact that they don't have to drop their resources off. They've got a donkey carrying around their resources for them. Oh dear. Okay, so Suppe deciding to not stick with the Loki. I thought that he would potentially decide, look, there's no Ra anymore. There's no set. What gods can Joe really pick that are going to be able to give his Loki a hard time? And I was thinking, well, Joe's got Isis left in terms of his Egyptians. Joe could pick Zeus. Joe could pick maybe an Odin or something like this. He could go in with an Atlantean. There's not really a whole lot of strong gods remaining against Loki. And I do feel like Suppe's Loki is one of the best. But not having that confidence to go with the Loki here in this series. We'll see how he's going to go with this Atlantean. I have been saying a little bit that for an off god, Oranos and Atlantean in general are one of the gods that strong expert players can pick up very, very easily and have a fantastic time with. The problem comes when you're up against one of the greatest Oranos slayers ever in Joe, especially with the Isis. And the thing is that Oranos players and Atlantean players have faced the Isis priest siege strategy a lot in their days. The question is going to be, will Joe go for that? Or will Joe go for something different? And we'll see how it's going to shape up here. We do have the Oracle already on the front here for Suppe. We'll be scouting out this food. There's a lot of food on this map. We've got ourselves some zebra over here, some gazelle over here, some more gazelle over here. We've got a whole bunch of rhino on this location. A very, very fast second town center. Grabbing this one here for Joe would go a long way. So we'll see if Joe's going to attempt to get that one up. Getting those rhino right on top of his town center are going to be beautiful for him. Same too for Suppe's going to have tons of food to play with in this game, throwing his temple down, not getting housed, not making any of those early game mistakes that Atlantean mains are not really aware of. We see the temple coming up in classic Joe fashion. Always wants to get that temple up with multiple villages. Obviously this map here a little bit different. Have to go move over onto the rhino, a little bit more challenging to get over there. And we'll see where will Joe go after this. Will he try and get the zebra? Will he come back home? He's going to go for the zebra. But Prometheus on the way. Bast, the god of choice there for Joe. So no cheeky Anubis shenanigans as the wall's coming up. He's got himself a tower on the gold one, but there's a big gaping space here for Terma Mamilla to run in and start harassing these villagers. So Joe's going to have to figure out how to defend that one, or at least mitigate any sort of damage that's going to be coming his way. As we see Monument to the Villagers coming up here. Might want to think about some houses around this side, or just finishing it off with a wall. It's going to be fine as well. That's how many villagers on gold? He's got 8 villagers on gold. He's got himself 7 villagers on food. So to me, I'm not exactly sure if this looks like a town center or not, but he's going to be throwing up houses all over the place, trying to make himself nice and defended here. We'll see what Suppe's going to be doing. Obviously, barracks, counter barracks is standard in this matchup, though you can go double counter barracks here and have a very, very strong time. We see the early oracles coming in to start putting some pressure onto this location, but Bast will hit very, very shortly. The tower will be up. Watchtowers immediately research. And these oracles are not going to find too much damage. They're getting a couple of hits onto the priest, but the priest will get away. Sphinx is now out, and Suppe is going to have to think about where to next here in this game. So one counter barracks is up. Is he going for a second one or just one counter barracks town center? Might be the option here. As we do see the blue crystal shard coming in though for Soup. It's actually a really, really good relic for the Atlanteans, because it just gives a flat 5% for wood and gold, as opposed to the Egyptians or the vanilla gods, the Greeks and Norse, where you just kind of don't really know. So we do see an early second town center here. Counter barracks is up, so Soup's going to be making those Terma out straight away, but going for an early town center here allows the ISIS player to get as much food as they like on the map. Normally, as we do see a cheeky raid coming in onto this villager is running around. Oh no! Oh, he does notice that. I thought he was going to lose that villager there. But normally we see Oranos hitting their opponent super early with early game damage onto their food, so that the ISIS just can't gather food, and he's going to have a lot of troubles producing villagers, and then you can get your second town center a little bit later. But in this situation, that not happening at all, as the Sphinx is running around, we'll find this villager over here. So the villager does decide to turn around and start shagging away. That's not going to be the best here, as the citizen will indeed get taken out here, as Soup having a bit of a mistake here, as the Oracle gonna try and finish this one off. Maybe a building block or something. Nope, as a dead citizen, as Joe gonna be incredibly happy about that trade of HP for a citizen. He can even bring that Sphinx back home, heal it back up. Joe just about to get himself this second town center. Plenty of cows up here as well. And this is a very, very different ISIS to what we normally see in this matchup, which is going to be fantastic for Joe. He's got 2 town centers. Soup's going to be on 2 town centers very shortly, but Joe's going to be in a fantastic position as those Terma are searching around the map looking for something to take out, as the Zebra are just about finished up over here. And town center is up, villagers are pumping out. Will we see that military barracks anytime soon? As we see a Valor getting thrown down on this position here to take down Obelisk. Terma spots these villagers on this hunt over here, and we'll see if they're going to get pushed off anytime soon here, as we do see the Promethean getting deleted, and Soup with just tons of food in the bank wood in the bank right now. He definitely needs to spend some of that very, very fast. This is kind of a bizarre situation to be in. 7 minutes into the game, Soup with 700 resources or wood in the bank. Not something you would see ever when he's on his Norse. So we'll see if he's going to be able to use that wood for anything in this game or whatnot. Now, normally I say it doesn't really matter for Atlanteans to have banked up resources, because you can just take all your villagers off and move them to a close resources that you need. Like, these villagers could come over onto gold, these villagers could come over onto cows, and be completely fine here. But not happening in this game at all. As now we see the Terma going to be moving forward, trying to find this hunt, but the villagers have already been pulled off. Coming back into the main base, as Joe's going to be looking to head towards the next age. He does have double barracks up though, so going to be spamming out slingers. Kind of role-playing a little bit like Set here. Set likes to do the 2 town center strategies, and then spam out slingers in order to kind of defend against the Terma raids while he booms behind it. So ISIS doing a similar thing is kind of fair and makes a lot of sense. But we'll see if it's going to work out for him, as the Terma raid coming in 8 minutes 30 seconds into the game, the first little bit of raiding happening. As one villager over here is going to get caught out, so Soup's going to be happy about that one, getting a villager kill. Not going to lose any Terma just yet. Does lose a Promethean offspring, but that's not that big of a deal. So we do see an armory coming up on this position here. The Terma could try and take down one of these villagers. I'm sure Joe's just going to garrison there and run, and then force Soup to run away there. No problems for Joe, as he has defended fairly nicely here. 44 villagers. He's got tons of resources. He's going to be able to start spamming out farms, finishing up the armory. Does he have himself plow just yet? No, he's still going to be onto the cows, taking villagers off the gold mine. The gold's got 400 gold left in it. This is definitely a map in which the Oranos player could apply a lot of outside pressure onto these gold mines. He has himself an oracle over here. It is a long journey to get to both of these sides, but if you send a citizen forward to build sky passages over both of these sides, as we are seeing this town center going to be attempting to get grabbed here for for Soup. I think that's a little bit... I mean, this was really, really close. They're both kind of close to Joe, but they're also close to Soup, so it's just a bit of a small map. But a bit of a greedy play here from Soup, as he doesn't really have that many units out. He's throwing down an armory as well, so Soup's going for a very, very greedy, semi-fast heroic with a ton of wood in the bank. It probably wouldn't be that bad of an idea to just take those villagers off of wood right now onto food if he wants to go to the next age. So we are going to be seeing this town center going to be getting thrown up very, very fast. Double military barracks coming down over here, as well as Super's deciding, yep, better start making some Murmillo. But I think that this is potentially going to be a little bit scary here for Soup, as he's trying to get this town center up, and he doesn't have the units out to defend it right now, as Joe's actually at 82 population, as we see the Pharaoh going to get targeted down first here. Very smart move to take that one down, but he does have to micro this a little bit here, as we see a shockwave coming in, going to be hitting those units nicely. We see the villagers getting pulled off, going to be attempting to get onto the town center here, as the Murmillo are going to start getting produced, and that's going to be able to prevent the town center from going up just barely here, and Soup is going to be in a bit of a nightmare situation as he does not get the town center up. There will be Murmillo getting produced, but it's just not enough production here to spend all those resources that Soup's got in the bank. Meanwhile, Joe's hitting Nephthys right now, 25% of the way forward. The town center is being denied. The Term are getting some good damage done, but they are getting taken down very, very fast by those slingers. We also see an attempt at preventing the retreat path here for these citizens, using the granary to block that one there. We see another counter barracks coming up over here as the citizen attempting to retreat away, but the path blocking is too good here by Joe. That's 2 citizen down, 3 citizen down here, as Soup is in absolute catastrophe of a situation. He's going to be able to advance to the heroic age here behind this, though, if he so chooses, but Joe's going to be Nephthys in a very, very strong position here, as we see some counter barracks coming up and the units going to be retreating away. Soup's not out of it by any stretch. You can always throw your position as an Egyptian player against an Oranos, but Soup's got it, but Joe's got to be really, really happy about picking off those citizens. He's currently picked off 4 citizen total, but Soup's already at 22. So he's basically already at max, just needs to produce another 3 citizen to be back at max. And we'll see how this is going to go as the Term are moving around here. Hyperion on the way. Soup trying to pump out all of the Murmillo. Needs some upgrades on those Murmillo as well. Getting a medium infantry and all the other good stuff would go a long way. As the units do retreat, Joe's in the heroic age. I don't see a Migdol up just yet for Joe. Making the Migdol and going for Chariot Archers is not actually the best move against Oranos, unless you are Ra, where you have that speed to dodge the Terma. If you're making Chariot Archers with Isis or Set, things can get a little bit dicey against the Oranos, because you kind of just bait in all those Terma that they already made and they get a lot of value. So you do have to be a little bit careful where that's concerned. And I think Joe's fairly aware of that. He might want to throw up a Migdol stronghold here instead of going straight for the town center. But then again, with the Pharaoh and everything else, he might be completely fine. There's the Hyperion through for Soup, casting his Chaos down straight away to pick off one of those Scorpion men, as the units chilling around the back here. Soup missing a house at this moment here, grabbing this town center over here as well. So he's trying to push forward and take these units out, but with the Pharaoh empowering this town center, it goes up so fast. Nice micro there to take the to hit the Pharaoh, but these units are not going to be able to push in, not going to be able to stop the town center from going up. He's going to attempt to push in here, but it's going to be too little too late with the army. 109 population against 125 population. Joe has got his town center. He's got his position held. The priests are attempting to take down the Satyr over here, as it's going to be retreating away. And all these units falling. We do see Antis' Eclipse now in the main base of Soup. This is one of the little-known factoids of Antis' Eclipse, is that if there's no units around, Antis' Eclipse actually can take out an entire town center, no problems. And that's exactly what is going to be happening. We do see Masons getting research, but that's not going to be coming in time. It does give a little bit of HP, but we see the citizens attempting to come over here and repair this one back up. Towers coming up. Masons does come through, but you still have 30 seconds left of Ancestors Eclipse, and that's absolutely brutal here as Soup is pushing through, taking down these units, and now, sorry, Joe's pushing through, taking down these units, as now Soup is at 95 of 130 population, loses his town center, no village is getting taken out, but does lose that town center. Nonetheless, the Ancestors are going to be checking out this gold mine and actually finding these citizens. I'm not sure there's going to be, actually there might be enough time for a handful of citizens going down. Not only that, the Scorpion Men coming over here to take out these units as well, as Soup's economy is going to be in an absolute catastrophe here, as Joe manages to force Soup out of this game with an incredibly strong usage of the Ancestors Eclipse in this matchup, and an incredibly, I wouldn't want to say lucky timing on the town center, but I mean, if Soup went for the top town center instead, things might have been different here. But honestly, Soup trying something a little bit strange here with his Oranos, not managing to make it work, and Joe gets the dub here in commanding fashion with his Isis. A nice try from Soup, a little bit disappointing considering he was up 2-1 in this series. Not able to take that last game with Loki, which was definitely a close one, but Joe just too strong here in the end of this game. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Congratulations to Joe, and I'll see you guys in the next game.